In this day and age, mortals no longer fear the afterlife. They have been so narcissistic and are unable to fathom the great expanse any longer. They all come to this place surprised in its existence, even though the evidence is left on every corner of every realm. They all cry and scream the same excuses, claiming ignorance as though being uninformed might save them from their fate. No mortal has stepped into the realm of the underworld willingly, not with their lives still intact. I, the god of balance, of death and life, keeper of the abyss, wanted to tell you this story. The story of the brave souls that came to collect the mortal brought here by a commonplace Balor. It is the story of Meincoia, an adventuring group turned into lawful assassins, claiming to be my most devout followers. This is their story. In this day and age...
Oh, we can't do that twice. Welcome to Meincoia. As always, I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Daniel Doc Gentry. And our players are Keith.
Hello.
Dave.
Hello, I'm Dave, playing Flynn, the barbarian.
A
He's
what?
great.
A Barbie? What? It didn't come through right.
I'm a Barbie girl.
In a Barbie world. And Jason.
You're all gay.
My life's fantastic. My tits are plastic.
Wow. We learned so much about each other. Jason.
Yes. Playing Jax, everybody's favorite paladin.
Please.
Our group's greatest asset, the healer.
You didn't have to say set. Everybody got it.
The one that wasn't there when they needed you most.
Exactly. And Mike.
Yo, it's your boy Money Mike. What you know, coming from the 614, originally from the 513. Hit it.
Told you, I nailed it.
Yeah. Spot on.
Just throwing a jigga what?
What?
Boots and pants and boots and pants. Sorry. So how's everybody doing?
Splendid.
Pretty good. It almost feels like a Sunday.
Mike, how are you doing? That's the thing I need to know right now.
You know what? I'm glad you asked, Doc, because I had a rough night that night, and it was just a lot to take in. And I think over time, I've been seeing some counseling. I've been going to get some help, and it's really I think I'm coping well. I'm able to talk about what happened openly now. So initially I couldn't do it without just tears, anger, frustration, bawling, a little bit of sobbing, maybe a chuckle in there too, but really just overall, it wasn't pretty. It really wasn't. But now I think we're developing, we're advancing, and we're all coming together. And thanks to the help of the fine folks here in Meincoia who haven't done shit other than make fun of the situation, really twist the knife is kind of, I think, the best way to put it. But I feel well. Thank you.
I'm gonna go ahead and take pictures of our chat just so people know you're not lying about that.
So what you're saying, Mike, is the next time Flynn tries to medicine hump you.
No, there will never be a next time. Well, I mean, he can medicine hump Vikan only once right now, but
it ain't helping.
No,
that's the first thing I'm doing now. To Mike's new character is I'm medicine humping him. Before I even say a word, he's going to be medicine humped.
I also want to add that during that whole tirade, Mike, you could have literally thrown a "that's what she said" in at any point, and it would have been appropriate.
Yeah.
I was waiting.
You all retreat, and you run into the woods, and you feel you're far enough away, and you set camp in. You place Vikan's body down.
I will remember you.
And
Flint singing.
Nice.
Will you
and as you lay him down, you know, it's obvious that Vikan is gone, and you lay Jax against the other tree who's still unconscious, and it's just Ostara and Flynn at this point. What's the interaction sound like between you guys?
Flynn is just sobbing uncontrollably. There's no speaking to him right now. He's inconsolable.
Why you gotta bring me to tears, man? I'm almost crying right now. Can't play sad music like that. Gets me all choked up.
Let's start with Vikan a little bit, if we don't mind. Vikan, in your state, you see yourself in a black open void, and one at a time, people from your past, family members, people that you've helped and haven't helped along the way who have passed away, start coming into your vision as you walk this road, and you're just instinctively walking it. Some people look proud, some people look angry. It's a vision of your life, but it doesn't just flash. It's literally seeing this happen, and you see in the distance a white, bright light. What do you do?
Vikan will stab someone that look angry, just to vent his own frustration. To kind of, it's a coping mechanism, really. It's how he's always dealt with just sadness, happiness, everything in general. And I guess, after that, he'll proceed to the light.
As you walk into the light, it's super bright, and then your eyes adjust, and you are standing in an open field in mountains hundreds of miles away in every direction, and you're alone here. What's Vikan's thoughts?
Well, given he's a drow, he begins taking a -1 on attack actions in broad daylight. So that's the first thing he's thinking about. So he's going to find a shadow. Is there a tree, like a nice big tree that he can reside in?
It's an open field.
Okay.
There's some wheat plants that might come some shade, but that's it.
It's Elysium.
Well, then he will begin trekking north.
Okay. You start walking north, and as you travel a long distance, it doesn't seem like the hills are moving at all. The closer you get, the further they seem to get away. And we've all been there. If you've walked or even in the military ran a little bit, we've all seen this. And can we adjust your camera? I thought maybe my thing was off, but it's not.
Am I a little low?
Yeah, just a little bit. There you go.
Better?
And you feel calm and serene, something you haven't felt in a very, very long time. You know, your demeanor was always that, but there was always that inner turmoil. Welcome to Bros and Dragons Podcast. I'm your host, and sorry, let me switch that up real quick. Oh, I kill me.
Vikan on his air guitar. I mean, he's just right there.
He's just
Actually, no, Doc. You don't kill you kill Vikan.
I did not kill Vikan.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Take responsibility.
Did you remember
for
to
that.
unmute, by the way?
I did. Thank you very much. Really late on that joke, though, but we'll take it for now, I guess.
You know, I wanted to let you get well into it before I...
It's never too late, because remember, we went through all our intros. We were like 10 minutes in before you remembered to unmute. We had to redo everything.
Yeah, well, I got it this time, you know. But as you walk, you hear a voice. It was a valiant try, my son. And as you look over, there's a small dwarf in black armor who you instinctively know right away is Gomo.
Yes.
What, if you could do anything differently in your life, Vikan, what would it have been?
Give Flynn more hugs.
I would have taken inspiration on that roll.
Man, that's not working. Why is it not working? Sorry, guys. I had this set up, but, you know, iTunes is hit or miss sometimes. You, undo that, and then I'll do this. Let's see if that works. You walk a little bit more with him, still feeling comfortable, and you see two more ghostly figures before you. On your left is Flynn, and on your right is Jax. And you walk past them, and he says, well, you had probably done something that saved your friends. And I am proud of you. Vikan, you will act as my left hand. Come with me as I show you what that means. We fade off as you guys fade off in the distance. And that is not working. So I gotta find another way to do this. Yeah! At least it goes to
Badass guitar riff as you fade off into the distance.
At least it goes to something I own, right?
I almost teared up, and then all the immersion was broken by the guitar riff.
That's good.
Bit of.
We go back, and now we see Jax. Jax, you have the same darkness before you. You could see yourself clear as day, but it doesn't look like anything else is around while you're trapped in your mind. And you hear a voice. A bunch of different voices. Some of them saying, failure, failure. Not as I taught him. It fades off. These voices are very... they hit a little home to you. These are the people that you trusted to teach you so many times before. You seem to walk into this oblivion as it opens up into this forest realm. And you are alone in the middle of the forest. What are you thinking?
Well, getting a little pissed off at being called a failure repeatedly.
Speak up!
Getting kind of pissed off at being called a failure by all these people that were supposed to teach me, train me, prepare me. Because if I'm a failure, that means that they're a failure as well. So they have no right to judge anybody. So it just continuously adds fuel. It just angers me more and more.
You hear a female voice and a beautiful elven woman comes before you dressed in royal gowns and says, Jax, what is wrong with your faith?
Nothing's wrong with my face.
Humor, as you've always used to try to avoid actually bettering yourself inside. Your faith. You heard me. What is wrong with it?
I don't even know where to begin.
She uses both hands and points around and says, it's only you and I. We are alone. I need you to open up. We need to make you stronger for the reality that you are about to enter again.
Gomo teaches balance. And that's life and death. But it seems all that ever surrounds me is death.
What do you mean?
My parents, for one. Everyone we've been sent after. It seems that I'm nothing more than Gomo's instrument of death. That doesn't seem very balanced to me.
You were there at the forming of the great god Gomo's Meincoia. Again, the rebirth of it. You are chosen as a holy warrior, but your choices are what make it so. Gomo may order from time to time the death of people, but you choose the others. You destroyed the 5 seals of the abyss and broke open purgatory. Why did you just use force?
At the time, it seemed like the only viable option.
Is it fair to say that maybe the Lord Gomo isn't the problem, but you blame it on your faith? That maybe more the consequences of your choices are what are driving you to be so immersed in death around you?
Perhaps.
Gomo has seen what has happened. When you return, Vikan is gone. But he is sending forth to you his disciple, somebody who has followed him for many years. When you take him under your wing, as you will, and make him part of your group, make sure that your choices and your consequences on your own conscience are clean, so that balance remains within you. And do not blame it on your faith. Do you understand?
I think so.
She says, then go. And she touches your forehead. You wake up in the forest. And surrounding you, you see Flynn dry humping and crying on Vikan. And
That's correct.
What's that sound like?
Is there a little bit of...
A little bit.
And then
you,
just like air coming out of Viking as he's doing it.
Flynn's got an 18 constitution and a 16 dex, so he's not out of breath yet.
I think that Vikan, the breath that would have came out of him, like, has been expended a long humping ago.
It's like Princess Bride, where the air is kind of true love.
He said to blame. And this is the scene before you, and you see Ostara, like, over. I imagine, like, over the scene, like, looking down, almost like hands tied. You can't do anything, but you feel like you should be doing something. Would I be in the same realm, Keith?
Yeah, pretty much.
And you come too. What do you say? What do you do, if anything?
So I wake up and see Flynn humping Viking, Astara somewhere over there. Probably cheering Flynn on or something.
No, I'm just kind of watching, just kind of sitting there watching.
Damn voyeur. The first thing that I do is kind of take in the area around me, and then focus on Flynn, on what Flynn is doing and who, and the message that Viking is gone, but yet he's right there. Finally makes sense, and just start to get really, really mad because the fact that those spirits calling me a failure, or those voices, begins to replay in my mind because I wasn't there to help when I was needed. So
Hi, everybody in chat, by the way. We haven't forgot about you.
yeah, hi people.
Yeah, and give me an insight check real quick.
Quack, quack. All those gooses. 19.
Yeah, I gotta adjust this a little bit, but 19. You start wondering if those voices were more talking about a paladin's faith more than a paladin's actions. I sound like, a girl has no name right there, but yeah, that's...
Well, if it's Flynn, most of the girls don't have a name.
The humping threw me off. You need to go back further than that, Meincoia, to understand the medicine hump.
Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah, I think this is only like our third episode watching.
Stara and Flynn, even though this medicine hump, I'm guessing you stop when you realize it's not going to happen. You turn around and you see Jax fully awake now. He has been out for more than a day.
Jax, you're awake.
Yeah. What happened?
It's Vikings. He's out. He's unconscious. We need to get him back to the temple. He's gonna be fine though. He's gonna be fine. Jax, do your paladin stuff. Cast a spell or help him. He's gonna be okay.
I kind of just look between the two, and then kind of lower my head and turn and walk away a little bit.
Somebody do me a favor, jump in chat and just tell them what medicine hump is real quick, so we can continue to do this. You guys hear in the forest a snap of a twig, and you know somebody's walking your way. It's not coming from the tower area; it's coming from the opposite direction.
My bow is out and an arrow knocked, turning towards it.
What do they see when you come into the clearing, Mike? Did the power knock him out?
No, he's still there.
Sorry, I muted the thing because I was typing and then I forgot to unmute it.
Oh yeah, you're like the super strong typer.
Yeah, he
Yes. All right, so a human comes before you with short brown hair, very well dressed, given the environment that he's in. See if I could post a picture somehow, I would. But this kind of has a red filigree pattern to it. It's probably about 6 foot, 1 inches, give or take, 200 pounds. He appears noble-ish.
I let fly the arrow. And
Hold on, before you let
I'm
fly an arrow.
Well, I was gonna say I was aiming at his feet to stop him.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, yeah. You want me to roll for that?
No, an arrow from a longbow snaps into the ground right in front of you.
The man stops and investigates the arrow, and he looks off in the distance. Does he see the group yet?
You do, and you see them hovering over this guy. And I will let you retcon if you knew about it or not from Gomo.
Retcon. What does that mean, retcon?
Change.
You choose if your character knew about the situation coming into it.
So the arrow hits at his feet. And he stops and he peers into the forest. How far away? 30 feet? I mean, is he making out features at this point?
You're coming up to the clearing that they've stopped in. It was a good place to stop.
Okay.
So you got a good visual. At least you could see. I think you could see Ostara and probably Flynn because they're standing, and Jax is like in the background-ish.
Okay. So he'll put his hand. He doesn't put his hands up, but he puts his hands out. There you are. Is this the Meincoia that Lord Gomo has sent me to find?
Flynn jumps up and he's kind of standing over Vikan's body, almost like protecting it. And he's got broadsword in hand, or great sword in hand, ready to swing. Very defensive, because he's just really emotional and on edge right now.
So the man will take a couple more steps forward, and he's almost walking daintily, as if he wants to prevent mud from getting on his shoes. And he says, Now, no need to be defensive. I'm here to aid. I am Joffrey Cairn. I've come from Gomo to assist you.
Are you a healer?
No, unfortunately, I spread madness and disease, not so much health.
As he says that, he pulls down enough for you to see the brand on his chest.
You're
Yeah,
still
I think I remember another guy named Joffrey liked to spread madness and disease. He was kind of a cunt, but
Yeah,
you don't really look like him. So
He ruined the name for all of us, so just call me Geo if you would.
Just
Yeah,
never ever turn on Game of Thrones ever again. You'll be all right.
Geo, like Geo Tracker.
What is this Geo tracker?
Never mind.
Well, Geo, you can go unless you can help our friend Vikan. He needs healing. He's gonna be fine.
At this point, I stand up and just tell Flynn and Ostara to stand down.
I'll kind of.
Can we get that in character? That sounded a lot like Jason, not like Jax.
What are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Flynn, Ostara, stand down.
On Joffrey's back, he has a small pack, and part of a longbow is sticking out, and he opens it up. And who doesn't have a magical weapon besides Joffrey?
Flynn does not.
Specific magical weapon?
Yeah.
I don't.
He opens the bag, and there is a great axe and a bow in it. Both of them are vicious weapons. Meaning it's a
Okay.
+1 weapon.
I guess I'll take the longbow.
Oh, you just gonna let him walk up and take that shit like that?
Oh, if I thought he was offering it.
Hold on. Joffrey has a bag?
Yeah, you
Okay.
came with weapons from Gomo, but they're just vicious, so they're +1s.
Got it.
And you get +7. Actually, no, they're not. Yeah, they're +1s. And if you crit, you get +7 plus your critical damage.
That's vicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's vicious.
I'm gonna name my bow Sid.
Get it. Sid Vicious. I like it. Good pun. In fact, take inspiration for that. I like that.
Oh, love
My
that.
first inspiration point.
What about Clark Vicious? Do I get inspiration?
No.
Neil Vicious?
Clark.
Andrew?
Red Vicious, standing by. See, I would have gave it for that, but I already said it.
I don't even get it. Just don't get it.
You don't know the whole situation. You knew that Vikan had passed. You knew to bring the weapons and to help them out, but you know no more than that.
Fret not, I am here. What is your plight now?
We need a friend to a healer. We're on a mission from Gomo, but our friend needs help badly.
Flynn, he's gone. There's no help.
He's not gone, Jax. He needs help.
Your friend is no more. We'll take his body back to the temple.
He'll do nothing with this body.
Right, I'll do.
I'll pull a stump back.
I'll do nothing, but you will carry it back once we're finished here.
I'll carry him to the temple where Gomo will heal him and we'll finish this job. And Flynn's borderline rage now. Jax, why aren't you helping? This is Vikan, our friend.
He's Flynn. He's dead.
He's dead, Flynn.
Take 1 point for that one.
Yes, yes.
This is going to be a battle for inspiration. I can feel it.
Can I have a character sheet on the thing?
We will. We're not using that right now, though.
I'm using it right now.
Mother.
No.
Yeah, the character sheet that caused Vikan's death.
Yeah,
No,
let's
it
get you on
works.
roll 20. I agree now.
Whatever.
Ostara kind of he looks at the weapon or the bag and is like, "Is that meant for us?"
Gio looks down at the bag and, oh, yes, sorry. And he chucks it over at the group.
I'll grab the bow out of it at that point.
Flynn doesn't budge. Protective mama bear over Vikan. Or Papa bear or whatever.
Something bear.
Shall we be on with it then?
You do what you need. I need to get my friend to Gomo. I'm not going to say it again.
Flynn. He's already with Gomo.
Jax, I don't understand why you're not even trying. How do you? He's fine. He's just unconscious. We need to get him to Gomo.
It's just like when you try to explain to a 5 or 6 year old that somebody's dead and it's like, they're just sleeping.
Basically.
They'll wake up.
He just went to the magic farm to play with the other puppies.
He promised me he was gonna take me to the park next week.
He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine. Right, Vikan? Yes, I'm gonna be fine.
I see him reach down and grab the bottom of his jaw. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine.
Just let him go.
This is a good enough place without survival checks. You can leave the body of Vikan here, and it probably seems like it would be well protected.
Well, I'm pretty sure every one of us, except for Gio, is fucked up, and I guess Jax.
Yeah,
So we need to rest.
yeah. Flynn has seen his better days.
So you know that if you take any time here, that they might come hunt you down. They know what direction you went in.
This is all forest, is that what you said?
Yes, I will give you guys a short rest. Oh wow, that scared the crap out of me. That's why you don't pay attention.
Are there any caves?
There's no caves around your area, no. Are you gonna?
So Gio will say, I'll step forward and try and find a place to rest. You all just remain here. I'll return momentarily.
When he leaves, everybody can take a short rest. Spoiler alert, I'm not gonna let you take a long rest here.
Okay.
You're gonna come back and you can't find anywhere to actually let these guys sleep right now. And as you were going, you in a long distance, you can actually hear that they're searching the forest at this point.
So he'll come back and essentially disturb everyone's rest and say, they are out looking for you. We should probably make haste on eliminating this target and then getting out of here.
Well, I'll the fuck is that?
You hear them now in the forest. It's a long way away.
We need to move. We need to get out of here. And Flynn picks up Vikan's body and starts moving. Can you tell what direction that the noises came from?
Yeah, definitely from the way of the tower.
Okay, he's going to pick up Vikan's body and start walking the other direction.
Put him down.
We're not gonna get out of here until we kill the target. The portal won't open till he's dead.
We need to get some distance and regroup and rest. We've already lost Vikan's already asleep. No one else is gonna fall asleep.
They will search day and night. There is no resting here. Let's complete the mission and then we can return.
Put him down.
We'll come back for him.
So Flynn puts Vikan's body down and I still had that pelt, Doc, in my backpack. I didn't empty out my backpack. We skinned the
Right.
Mega Tiger or whatever it was. I'm going to take that pelt out and put it over Vikan's body, and then try and camouflage it with sticks and leaves and twigs and stuff.
Okay, and impressively, you do a great job.
Okay. I'm going to tie a ribbon around my finger so I remember where it's at.
Geo will actually walk over to Vikan and in plain sight of Flynn, use his prestidigitation cantrip. So he'll see a puff of smoke and then playing on what he perceives as Flynn's lack of intelligence, try and make Flynn believe that he did something to help protect his body in this location.
Oh yeah, Flynn, you feel like it's probably better here than anywhere else. Even with you, you couldn't protect it like this.
I don't know what you just did, but thank you.
You're welcome, my friend.
But I don't trust you yet.
No one should.
You have time. You could set up an ambush, or you could take it head on. It's all up to you. Or you can move into the woods, whatever you want to do. Sneak around them.
I was thinking, well, if we sneak around them, we risk them coming back.
I think the best course of action would be to set up an ambush with Astera and Geo kind of off in the back a little bit because they're obviously ranged.
What's the full length of this field? Like,
This
if
is
we
a
were to go to the
very-
opposite side of the field from the direction they're coming, what kind of open range would we have?
This is a very small opening in a very thick forest.
Okay. Then yeah, I say we move to the opposite edge of the field, as far as me being ranged. And when I get there, I also want to try and climb a tree.
Okay, it's only about 20-foot opening, but that's fine. I'll let you do that. Give me an athletics check real quick, just to see how well you make it up that tree.
I natted it.
Okay, perfect. You with ease get up in the tree and set yourself up. What is everybody else doing?
How big is this tree that Ostara is in?
About it's a big pine tree, but there's other ones around as well.
I'm gonna pick out the one with the thickest trunk and get behind it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go stand in the tree line in between two trees, but in the open in plain sight.
Oh, nice. Okay. Flynn, you make some noise and you hear way off in the distance, I heard something that way. And it sounds like they've changed directions and now they're coming straight at you.
I got a question real quick, Doc.
Yeah.
Vicious bow, does it require attunement?
Nope.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna knock an arrow and get ready.
Okay. So you're readying an action to shoot the first one that you see?
I'm gonna let them get away from the tree line before opening up on them.
Okay.
So Geo will follow Ostara and he's actually going to kneel right next to him. And then as Ostara begins to prep trying to time it, because the spell he wants to cast only has a duration of 1 minute. So in divination, or I'm sorry, that's the guidance as he wants to give. It gives you an extra D4 to an ability check of your choice.
Okay, so when they come into what you could perceive, you want to ready an action to do guidance.
Yes.
Okay.
Does that work on attack rolls?
It says an ability check. So I'm assuming that an attack roll is an ability check?
No.
Ability related check?
No.
No, it's if he chooses to jump from the tree and run, it'll help him when he jumps from the tree.
It's kind of misleading with the name. Less is
Yeah.
what you declared spell list.
Well, that's dumb. Okay, well then never mind. Screw you then.
You let me tell you what you see before we start doing the readied actions then. Do you want to ready a spell then?
No, not just yet.
Okay.
While we're waiting for them to come into sight, I'm gonna draw my great sword out, plant it blade down in front of me, kneel and say a prayer.
Nice. Definitely inspiration for that. I like how you're going there. And again, our house rule, you can use inspiration to double your roll or give me de-inspiration on one of my rolls. So, which gives me disadvantage. In the distance, a star, just for a split second, you see 3 very large men, one bigger than the other 2. He looks like he's in splint armor. The other ones are in leather armor, and each of them has a warg that seems to be sniffing the ground. So you could see all 5 of them. Which one are you releasing your arrow at?
What did you say was smelling the ground?
Wargs. They're like giant wolves.
Wargs. Okay. The biggest one, I guess.
Okay, the big guy in the middle.
Yeah.
Go for it.
All right. As always, I'm using sharpshooter unless I tell you otherwise.
Oh, that would have been perfect. It's not the one I wanted.
18
18 hits.
for 18 points of damage.
Okay. Anybody else have? You only get one in a ready action.
Okay.
Anybody else ready in action? We gotta get through first.
I think I was the only one.
As you hear the whistle of the arrow jacks, you jump up and get ready and set yourself. And you hear them say, you hear the guy yell, "Over there!" as he pulls the arrow out of his shoulder and throws it to the ground and starts coming your way. Roll initiative.
$21.
Oh. Theo also has 21.
Who has the higher dex?
Plus 19 dex.
Yeah, he's got a higher dex.
Okay.
7 for Flint.
All right. Ostar, you are the first to react now. They are in half cover, so they get a bonus
That
for their
doesn't
AC
matter.
now. Well, I didn't because you said sharpshooter, so.
Right. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. As long as it's not full cover.
Okay.
Same thing, attacking the same one.
Okay.
18.
That will hit.
4, 6, 21. Plus the Slayer. Did that injure him?
Yeah. Well, yeah. It
The
seemed to be
first
hitting
arrow?
him, but it doesn't seem to take away his resolve. He must be a
Right. I'm just
trained
wondering if
warrior of some
he's at
kind.
full health.
Definitely not.
Okay. 26 points of damage on the first hit.
Okay.
That's a miss. 7.
As you fire the third arrow at him, the one hits his shoulder, but it doesn't break his stride. The next one's coming, and you see him deflect it with his sword. Geo.
That's all I got.
All right, I'm sorry. Can you paint the picture for me again? You said there's
These
one
guys.
warg?
Okay, so there's 2 wargs,
Mhm.
2 guys with the wargs. They're obviously their handlers, and one very big guy who's obviously in command. He is leading this charge. What you have seen in the field right now is, Stara, from where his position was, has fired 3 arrows. You've seen 2 of them hit, one literally get cut in half by his sword as it gets deflected away. Both arrows seem to hit him. One he pulled out, not even flinching in pain, and dropped to the ground before the charge. The second one hitting him, and he seems to just play it off. In fact, I think while he's running, he'll literally just swing with the sword to break the arrow and get it out of his way. But he's coming straight at you. You're more in a little open field to your front and left, which would be between the trees because you're off-cantered a little bit, is Jack standing there ready, just waiting for these guys to come close enough. And wherever the hell Flynn went.
So Flynn and Jax are between Ostara, Geo.
So Flynn went is behind the tree that I climbed.
Okay.
Right, he's hiding. That's right. He's
Yeah,
behind
he's
the
hiding
tree.
behind it.
Jax is between the trees, pretty much an
In the
open. Yeah, he's open. And
Exactly.
and you, I think, would still be in the clearing because it was smart for you to be in there where you can get spells over to the right of Jax.
Okay. So my thought process is, I could do command on the big guy and then either make him fall over, and the intent is that he'll be prone and open to attack by everyone else. But if they're too far away to get to him, it almost seems like a waste.
Yeah, he started this charge about 100 feet. They're at 60 when the first strikes of arrows hit, but he is closing the distance.
Okay. Well, then I am simply going to do vicious mockery upon him.
Okay, that's a save.
Yes, it is a wisdom save. DC
15
17.
plus 0 is 15, so I missed.
So he takes 2d4 of psychic.
All right.
5, and then he has disadvantage on the next attack roll he makes until the end of his turn.
Okay. What do you say?
You big brute of nasty epitome smelliness. You are a low peasant, and you hold no waver here. Fear the might of Lord Gomo and this group of Meincoia, as you will fall prone and receive a smiting to thine face, you snut-nosed little elderberry-smelling thing.
Yeah, it's a 6-second spell, but you see him grab his head for a second, but he doesn't. He loses his stride just a little bit, and he seems more bolstered. And you hear him yell, "Who you calling lowborn?"
You.
They break into the field. Jax, the first one is there before you. What was your initiative, Jax? I missed you.
8.
Oh, that's why I missed you, because it wasn't important.
It's better than Flynn's.
Yeah, it is. The first one coming for you will be the big guy, and he has a long sword in his hand, and he is going to take 2 attacks at you. What's your DC right now? Or what's your AC right now?
20.
All right. So the first one's going to be 24. And the second one's going to be 16. So the first strike, it's going to hit you. As it hits, hold on one second here. 1d10. Show you how much I plan for these things, right? Nice. He does 12 points of slashing damage as it finds some opening in your armor, but as the second one comes across, you easily deflect it with your armor. The 2 guys behind him, now seem to be holding crossbows, which is why they're not going as fast, and they're going to fire 2 shots. Stara, I need a stealth roll real quick, just to...
If it's visual with my cloak of elven kind, if they're trying to see me, it's a disadvantage.
Okay.
Stealth.
Gosh darn, I gotta
Math
watch
is
that.
hard. 19.
So it'll be 19?
Yeah.
Okay. I rolled the exact same, but let's see what their perception would be. Okay. They don't see a star, so the first one, I think they're going to fire both at Jax. That's what I would do. The first one will hit as it finds an opening in your armor. The second one might be close. Let me look. No, 19 misses, right? So the second one hits your armor. You see the little sparks, but it flies off. The first one that hits you, though, is going to hit you for 7 points of piercing damage as they drop their bows and, or I'm sorry, their crossbows and draw what look like maces as they're coming. And 2 wolves come out of the sides and come straight at Geo. The first one will hit. That's a natural 17. 2 17s. I'm loving this dice tonight. As the wargs come at you, they are bolstered as they move into their attacks, and they both bite out, and they both hit for 15 points of piercing damage.
This is all focused on Jax at the moment.
No, Jax and Geo so far. But Jax is up.
All right. You said the big guy is right in front of me.
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and focus my attacks on him for the time being.
Okay.
Great Weapon Master.
Do it.
I'll use my Channel Divinity, so 24.
So War God's Blessing, right?
Yes.
So you go to swing, you feel that you're a little weak, but you've been bolstered now because of your new restored faith, and you swing heartily at him, and you hit for
Divine Smite for 27.
for 27. Nice.
And then my
He's
second
looking a little off kiltered from that hit. You definitely got a good strike in. Go ahead and make your second attack, though.
Great Weapon Master. Actually, sorry. I forgot the plus 10, so 37 total on my first attack.
Okay.
And then-
Yeah, he's weak, but he's still standing.
Great Weapon Master on the second. 17.
As he uses his longsword to deflect your second attack. That'll bring us to Flynn. Flynn, he doesn't see you.
How far away is he?
He's
at
right
this point?
there. You were hiding behind a tree. That Jackson's standing pretty much right by.
Okay, so with everything that happened with Vikan and now seeing him beat on Jax, Flynn is flying into super rage and running full sprint at him. And he's going to swing twice.
Okay. Definitely your first attack with advantage. Yeah, as you hit, you cleave his head clean off. And his body falls to the ground, and the one guy says, "I'll hold them off. You go back and tell everybody where they are." And the one guy starts running away. But we're going to go top of the order again, Astara.
Oh, I have another attack.
Yeah, but you got nobody near you.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
You cut off the
Did
one
he
dude's head,
use-
and the other guys are about 10, 20 feet behind.
Okay.
How much of his move action did he use to get to the one guy?
He's literally turning around right now. What do you mean, get to the one guy?
How much move did... Because Flynn could move in between attacks.
Yeah, Flynn, you hit, but the other guys are about 20 feet away. I mean, go ahead and use your movement. That's fine. But if you use your attack and there's nobody within 5 feet, you lose your second attack. Unless you have a feat that allows you to move between people to attack again.
I don't. I'm good.
But you can run at that first guy. He's definitely closer if you want to get into range.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to run at him then, screaming.
What are you screaming?
I'll teach you to mess with Meincoia.
He looks a little confused by that, but he looks ready for your next assault. That will take us to a star, though. You see one of the guys running away. You see, you definitely saw the head come clean off of the leader. You see two wargs in the battlefield that seem to be going at your very nicely dressed friend, who now has little bite marks in his stuff.
I'm definitely going for the one running away.
Okay.
Do I get advantage since he's back to me?
No.
Okay. 15
Will hit.
for 18. Is he injured?
Nope.
18 points of damage.
Okay.
Second attack will be a nat 20.
Okay.
Okay, math is hard. 23, 30, 38.
You let one arrow fly at the guy running away. It hits. It seems to drag him down a little bit, but he keeps running. You go to fire the second arrow, and it goes clean through the back of his neck, and you see blood splatter in the distance as he falls to the ground.
Nice.
Geo.
So big guy's dead.
Yeah, so in front of you, not too far, about 15 feet, you see Jax fighting this guy, and you literally see Flynn take the dude's head clean off with his great axe and run out to this other enemy. You see the guy in the distance running, and two arrows hit him, and blood just literally bursts forth as the second arrow hits, and he falls to the ground. You are surrounded by wargs, both of them that have bit you so far.
So Jax is fighting the big guy, and the other two regular guys are dead.
The big guy's dead. One of the
Okay.
regular guys running away is dead. Man, you need maps. I'm going to have to start drawing them out just because you can't.
Maps are critical.
You can't use
Like,
imagination.
seeing the battlefield, you get, like a commander in the sky, you got to be able to see
This
the
isn't
pieces.
This isn't 4E. This is 5E. Start getting into it. But anyway,
So
in the distance, you see two arrows hit a dude. Blood splatter. He went down.
Right.
That's
I just
one
want
of
to
the
know
little
who's
guys.
dead, who's alive. That's all I want to know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
one of
need
the
picture.
little guys. The big guy got his head cleaved straight off by Flynn, but he is between you and the guy. I'm trying to get this in your head. And then
Right,
there's
Tim,
two
I just
wards
want to know
around
who's
you.
dead.
I
That's
want
all
you to
wanted.
know he's in full cover behind Flynn.
I don't care. I
Okay.
just want to know if he's dead. Surrounded by two wargs. So Geo will invoke the power of Hadar, the Dark Hunter, and tendrils of dark energy will erupt from around him and batter all creatures within 10 feet. They must make a strength saving throw, DC 17, or they're going to take 6 freaking damage. Nerd.
Bet it looked cool though.
Strength. They both miss though, so these tendrils come out of nowhere. The ground becomes super dark as these black ethereal tendrils come out and start slapping around and strike both of the wargs, who look confused now as they yip out from these attacks.
And they cannot take reactions until their next turn.
Nice. So that's their turn. The other guy that is now in front of Flynn will definitely swing out at Flynn.
Good.
17 to hit.
Yep. Ties. Yeah.
Ty is still a hit. And he hits you with his mace for 6 damage as it hits hard. You hear the thunk. You feel the bruising on your side from where it hit you. And it is Jax's turn.
All right.
So Jax, in front of you, you see your buddy Flynn, who just took off the head of the dude in front of you, who literally took a bunch of arrows and a hit from you. And he goes running out. You see the other guy that was running away take 2 arrows. As the blood splatters, you go to take stock of the battlefield, turn around, and you see this black. You see your new friend Geo do sigils in the air, and his eyes almost turn black as he's casting, and all of a sudden these black tendrils and a black circle appear around him, and they're slapping the wargs. What do you do?
Kind of neat. How far is there's nobody running away anymore, right?
No.
Star killed him. Okay. I am going to cast Wrathful Smite. It's a bonus.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move up on the guy that Flynn is fighting and attack him.
Yeah. Fuck this guy back here with the tentacles coming out of the ground. All right, go ahead.
Great Weapon Master. Nope.
You run to the battlefield. You get behind this guy so that you could prevent him from trying to run away. And as you get there, you go to swing, and you're just a little off balance in this forest region. You're not used to this. And your swing goes just a little wide as you come down with your weapon.
Second attack. 20.
Okay. Yeah.
So 14 slashing, 9 psychic, and he has to make a wisdom save.
12.
15.
All right.
So he's feared.
You hit him in the back. Flynn can see this, but not you, as your strike comes true. And you hit him with your... Well, you just says Oathkeeper. What is that? Is that a longsword?
A great sword.
Great sword, that's right. You hit him with the great sword, and as you do, Flynn, you see fear come into this guy's eyes, but he's concentrating on you still. And it is your turn.
Okay, so there were 3. I lopped the head off the big guy, right?
Yeah.
And now Ostara put an arrow through the neck of the other guy, so two of the 3 are dead. Correct?
Yep.
And now it's just this guy standing in front of me,
Yes.
and he looks worse for wear.
Yes.
Where are the 2 wargs? Are they still alive?
If you were to look, yeah, maybe you catch a glimpse of these black tendrils behind you, but it sounds like from the yips that's where the wargs are around Geo.
And so okay. Well, Flynn doesn't care at this point. I want to reach out. So I'm gonna sheathe my great axe, and I'm gonna reach out 2 hands and reach for this guy's neck to strangle him, but not kill him.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
Can I? Yeah. Getting there.
Nice. You go into a struggle with this guy. It's a wrap up for just a little bit, but you do overpower him, and you get both hands around his neck.
So I want to. So both hands around his neck, and I've got my thumbs kind of pressing into his windpipe, so that he's struggling to breathe, but he can still breathe enough. And I'm just going to look into his eyes, and I'm drooling and frothing, and I'm just going to tell him, "You go back to your palace, your castle, and you tell your leader that Meincoia comes for them, and Flynn will bathe in the blood of their dead bodies." And I drop him.
So you only had him. You didn't pick him up. He's definitely taller than you. But as you let go, and he gets enough air, you hear, "Fuck yourself." Ostara, in front of you, you see these 2, one with a great axe, one with a great sword, running at this one guy. You've taken out the guy who's running away. You glance the battlefield. The big guy's down. The head is off 10 feet to one side. You look back and you see these wargs don't look that hurt and coming at Geo through these nasty tentacles that seem to be coming up from this black, smoky pool that's around everybody.
How far away is Geo?
So he'd be behind you, 20 feet from the tree, and then whatever the Pythagorean theorem tells you that he is from the distance of you being 20 feet up the tree, whatever.
Right. I want to jump down from the tree and run toward Geo, and I want to try to calm the animals.
Okay, so I'm going to need an acrobatics check.
16.
16. You land and you twist your ankle slightly on your landing, but you make it all the way 20 feet down this tree, seemingly fine, but the root was there. You take 3 points of damage as that happens, but you are free. But that was 20 feet down.
What does that count as my 20 feet of movement?
Well, it takes a second to get there. So, but no, you got most of your movement. And, he's
Okay.
within your movement.
Okay, that's all that matters. Yeah, I want to run up and try to get between them and calm the animals. I'm hoping that maybe now that their handlers are dead, they'll be a little more likely to...
So you're going to run
To do
into
it.
this black smoke with these tentacles coming out, smacking these wargs right now.
Oh, that's still there?
Yeah.
That changed things. No. In that case, no, I wouldn't. I won't retcon the jump though. I'll just knock an arrow and let it fly.
Yeah, hard to see. You jump down, you make it all the way down, and like I said, the small twist, nothing major. You go to run forward to help your new friend out, and you notice that he's still moving his fingers. Whatever this is, he's controlling it. And you knock an arrow, and you go to release at one of the wargs, and go ahead and roll.
12.
It flies wide to the right.
Second one is a 20, not natural.
Okay, so you're getting used to seeing these tentacles fly. That took you a little bit off your aim the first time, and your second one hits true.
Are they injured?
Yeah.
Okay, so 24 points of damage.
Nice. So your arrow strikes true. You hear a yip, and from where your arrow hit, it looks like massive amounts of blood are coming forth, but the warg is still standing. That takes us to
Okay.
Geo.
All right, Geo will turn toward the warg that just took an arrow in its side and cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay, how long do the arms of Hadar last?
It's instantaneous, so it's there and then
Okay.
only one round.
So yeah, that whole 6 seconds. That's fine. Everybody that you're looking at this, Astara, you see the smoke go away. He turns and he does quick sigils with one hand, and with the other hand, you see a beam of black force come out of his hand, and he strikes for.
So help me out real quick. It says a ranged spell attack. Do I use my spell attack bonus
Yep.
or do I use my
No, your
ranged
spell attack bonus. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so.
Oh yeah.
Natural.
And you see this force hit this warg, and it seemingly explodes from the force that comes behind it. Nice. The warg on the other side starts running away. So you have an attack of opportunity if you have a weapon in your hand, Gio.
I do not.
Okay. Do you want to try to slap it?
Slap it, give it a little smack on the ass.
It's up to you.
Could always
sure.
grapple it.
Oh, yeah. I'll slap that ass. Hold that bump on, spank that monkey.
On the floor, smack that ass. You try to hit it as it runs away, and you totally miss. It goes off into the forest. The guy standing in front of Flynn now, all by himself, he swings out with his mace, and he definitely hits with a 21 for 3 points of damage as he hits you. Did you rage?
Oh yeah.
All right, that'll be 2 points of damage then.
Yep.
And it is Jax's turn.
All right, how bad is this guy between me and Flynn looking?
He looks like he's been hurt, but not that bad. Like, between 1 and 52, he looks like he's 29.
All right, so he's looking kind of rough, but not real rough.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, Great Weapon Master attack on his... No, not with that.
So you swing on him. And as you cut through, parts of his armor seem to shred a little bit from your sword. As you see blood trickle through.
Okay. Just a regular attack on the second. Nope, not with that.
And your next attack takes his arm off, but he is standing. His arm and his mace are off to the side.
His arm.
Flynn.
Nice. I want to lock eyes with him and tell him, I'm going to give you one more chance to run back to your...
No, Flynn, no. I want this one alive.
Coughing through blood, he just says, "Fuck you."
All right, you're going to make me do this.
Killing him with kindness. I love it. As you strike out, your axe splits down, and it seems to get locked in his jaw for a second. If you wiggle it, you can pull it free, and the body will fall to the ground.
Okay, then. And the wards are still too far away to attack them?
The one warg is down, the other one is gone.
Okay. And I just... So there's nobody left.
Nobody's left.
Right. I spit on his body.
I kind of lagged out there for a second. Did you kill the last one or knock him out?
Killed him.
Accidentally killed him.
No, there was nothing accidental about it.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna kneel down and I'm gonna use lay on hands to try and bring him back to just barely conscious.
All right.
Don't do it, Jax. If you do it, I will kill him again.
Don't worry, I've got this.
I will kill him again.
Just
They took Vikan from me, and I will kill every one of them.
go.
So,
go hug a tree. For a minute,
Jax,
Flynn.
you're really getting this now. Flynn raging, yelling at you. If you bring him back, I will kill him. You know he is absolutely serious. And they're definitely, judging by the look in his eyes, there is no convincing him.
I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna. How many points do I need to spend in order to bring him back to just conscious?
1.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2. 1 to...
All right. So I heal him for 2 points then.
Okay. He spits up a little blood as he becomes conscious.
Do you want me to make an attack roll, Doc, or can I just kill him?
No, you literally strike out at him. And I think this time you're going to make sure he stays dead by removing his head from the rest of his body.
Okay.
As Jax, as you reach down and you heal him, you see your other buddy, Flynn, bring his great axe over his head and literally just go straight through the neck. And I think to make a point...
I apologize, Jax. I told you.
I think to make a point, Flynn's going to kick the head into the forest.
Go!
Flynn, you idiot.
You call me what you will, but I will have vengeance.
You know, you'll find it a lot easier to have said vengeance if we have some intelligence and we know what we are going up against when we actually get inside.
I don't need to know what I'm going up against because I will kill it.
Because you can't comprehend it.
I don't need to comprehend anything other than the fact that my axe will split the skulls of everyone in that castle.
From behind you, away from the castle, you hear. But from the castle, you hear returning.
Well, it looks like you're going to get your wish, buddy.
Good. Let them come. I will bathe in their blood.
Then let's go find some blood to bathe in.
That would actually probably be the first bath you've taken in a couple months.
You're probably right.
You're still an idiot.
I love you too, Jax.
Are you two done blowing each other?
Oh, we've yet to get started.
My mind's telling me no. But
Yeah, can we go now though? Like, can we just go and kill the guy?
I'm ready when you are.
Geo will begin trekking toward the second howl.
Okay. The rest of the group can take you through this. You head back to the tower. And as you come to the forest line, they have definitely picked up the guards. There are guards standing on the outer wall. The gate is now up and locked. And they're about every 5 feet on the wall from the gate, all the way around on this, there is a person standing with short bows and what looks like arrows surrounding them.
Maybe, what if we went back to the people we killed and took their clothes? It's dark enough, they might not know that it's not them.
That sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, you're right.
And
But it's ridiculous enough that it just might work.
I mean, if I had more arrows, I could just pick them off one by one.
How good are you with a hand crossbow?
Oh, fine.
Well, I mean, I got one of them.
Yeah, but how many arrows?
Like 20.
How many guards are there?
around this whole wall perimeter, probably about 40 or 50.
Can we circle around and see if there's anywhere that's not?
I'll let you do this. You go all the way around in the forest line, staying hidden so they can't see you. And there really is a guard at every 5 feet on this wall.
Oh my god, you're ruining my whatever it is, because last time you said that there was a sheer cliff on the backside. Ooh.
Okay. And the sheer cliff, but there's 5 feet of guards on the walls.
Which one of you is the most capable?
Me.
At what?
Perhaps
A human
Me.
battering ram. Flynn. Well, Flynn's head.
who could get in and get us in? I feel like you're the one. And then Geo will reach out and touch Ostara, and he becomes invisible.
Oh my god.
OMG.
I kind
You
of look
hear-
down at my hands and I'm like, where are they?
You hear armor being taken off.
No. No.
Flynn starts looking around, completely confused. Where did he go?
I'll kind of look over at Geo and be like, how long does this last for?
You have 1 hour, or until you make your first attack.
What if I wild shape?
That should be fine.
As long as you don't do
Nice.
anything that's considered aggressive, you can do whatever.
He leaves
Okay.
in the middle of this. We're about to storm this castle, and Ostara leaves.
I'm gonna tickle his ear.
Yeah, make a sleight of hand roll.
17.
You feel something tickling your ear, Flynn, and as you keep swinging at it, you don't feel anything, but it keeps coming back.
I'm swinging at it.
All right, I'm wasting valuable invisible time though. How far is it?
From the forest line to the wall, it's about 30 feet.
Oh shit. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna try and at least quietly approach
All right.
the gate.
Stealth at advantage. Just this is for noise you might be making.
19.
Yeah, easily. You make it all the way to the front gate.
Is there a gap under the gate?
There is not.
How tall is the gate?
20 feet up.
Are there any holes in the wall?
There are not.
I'm even considering holes small enough for a mouse.
Oh, well, in that case, you can get through the portcullis and the little slit that's underneath the door.
Okay, that's what I want to do then.
All right.
Wild shape into a mouse.
So, hold on, I got something for this.
Okay.
Yay. You think about the shape that you want to go into, and you cast and turn into a little mouse.
Oh god. Sound effects.
Yay.
Then I'll try and pass through.
Fine. Yeah. You go underneath and you see that the yard has the slaves. There doesn't seem to be any guards near any of them. But the front door looks closed and locked.
What is the process for opening the gate?
Which one? The one inside the
main
castle
gate.
or the one
The wall.
at the wall? The wall looks like it's a single wooden bar that's held by two metal brackets on either side, and then there's a portcullis out there, but you can't see any mechanism to use that. You can make the assumption that it might be on top of the wall.
Okay.
Well, isn't this the same portcullis that we were
No.
trying to... Or earlier in the room with the monks, it had the mechanism in the room with the monks?
No, that's inside the castle.
Yeah, that's the interior one. I just went through the outer wall.
Okay.
I'm gonna head over toward the slaves, and I'm wild shaping back out.
Okay, give me a perception
And-
check.
Uh, 15.
You wild shape and head over to the slaves, staying quiet as you go. And as you go, I picture you're going to the right because I think that's where it kind of comes out, where you would come out.
Yeah.
As you do, you look around the corner, and down the right side, you do see two cellar doors as well down that side.
Okay. On going into the castle.
No, well, on the outside of the castle, but it looks like it might go into the cellar under the castle.
Okay. I want to start going around the slaves, and I'm quietly, but not so quietly that they can't all hear me. I'm saying, attack the guards. Your god commands it. I will set you free.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Yes. 22.
Okay. Yeah, some of the slaves start heading to where the stairs that go up on the wall. The other slaves are like, no, our master is our god, and now you started an all-out fight. here.
Exactly. That's what I was hoping for.
And now the guards on the wall are like, some of them are turning around like, hey, knock it off or we'll come down there. And
I'm
still fighting.
I'm continuing to cause problems. Like I'll shove one slave into another slave. Just stuff like that. General
Oh yeah,
ruckus causing.
now there's this all-out Baseball, you hit the last batter with a wild pitch fight thing going on.
Okay.
Slaves
wanna-
are coming from all over to get into this.
I want to run back over towards the side that I know they're on, as far as the wall.
Okay.
How many guards are in that area? Have they started moving to?
No, the guards seem to be like, well, if the slaves want to fight, screw that.
Are there any rocks, stones?
Yeah, you can find a few rocks on the ground here.
I'm gonna start pegging the guards with stones.
Okay.
Do you want me?
Yeah. No, give me a stealth roll for that. Yeah.
Advantage still
Nope.
with the invisibility.
I was going to say yeah, but you're throwing rocks, and you're not just throwing one. So.
Okay. Well, it's 25 anyways.
So, as you're throwing these rocks, one of the guards you'd notice at the last second just seemed to be staring at your spot as you pick up a rock, throw it, pick up another rock, throw it, and he fires an arrow at you.
Okay.
It hits the ground, and he kind of goes, I think there's a spirit on the grounds.
Okay. Are they moving off the wall?
No, they definitely, you can tell by now, their orders are to stand on the wall and make sure nothing comes from the forest line. And they seem to be loyal.
Well, fuck.
Set something on fire. Fire. Burn it down.
You hear the sound of the portcullis and on the castle going up. The telltale clicks, and you hear, "What is going on here?" And an old man comes out, and he waves his hand around, and the slaves look like they all are taking some kind of electrical shock, and all of them fall to the ground dead. And he looks up and he says, "Make sure nothing comes from that forest line." And they're, yes sir, absolutely sir. And the guard captain is like, "Yes, fine sir, we're doing rounds of water here." So, and he has a slave by him that didn't get into this brawl that has a bucket of water, and he's walking towards the stairs. So, looking at the castle, on the right hand side, that cellar door is all the way back by the cliff wall. There's stairs on the wall to the right of that go up. He is definitely heading to that with a full bucket of water.
Okay. What's the significance of the water?
I'm just telling you what's happening to give you choices.
All right. Damn. I thought my idea was gonna work. Has the old man went inside yet? Went back inside?
Yeah, you can actually hear the portcullis coming down right now.
Okay. At that point, I'm gonna go back to the gate, wild shape again, and head back out the way I come, so I can relay everything that I've seen as far as the location of the cellar doors and everything.
Okay. So, you only have 2 wild shapes. How do you get out this time?
What's that?
I said you only have 2 wild shapes, so how do you get out this time?
When's the last time I wild shaped?
You came out of wild shape, right? To mess with the guards, because you're not throwing rocks as a mouse.
Well, coming out of wild shape costs 1?
No. But you used 1. Are you going to wild shape again to get out of here?
Yes.
Okay.
At this point, I think my character's thinking would be that we need to wait until they somewhat relax their guard. Maybe we try something with the guard's armor from the people that we killed.
Okay. You head back in. So you wild shape again to get out,
Yeah.
and then you head back into the forest, and still invisible. You relay the information to everybody. Now, Flynn, you're hearing him speak.
Does he? Do you react like when Krondo speaks? Now you think a star can do it too?
He's still invisible.
Yes. You think he's shining you.
Flynn's just looking around. What? He's still swatting at the whatever was tickling his ear.
Well, good news. I think I found a way into the castle. The bad news, it's going to be difficult to get to the castle.
Let's go. When do we go?
Patience.
My patience is running out.
We need a plan. Does anyone have any ideas?
That sounds kind of like what I was trying to tell Flynn before he decapitated that guy.
Yeah. I kind of look over at Geo, and I'm kind of looking him up and down, even though he doesn't see this. And I'm like, do you think, Geo, that you could possibly pose as a nobleman that came to visit the Baron?
Does Geo's knowledge history give him any sort of insight onto what this place is?
I think they filled you in that this is a self-proclaimed baron who lives in this fortress, and Gomo wanted you guys to go in there and inspect the place and kill him when you got enough information, but it seems like he trapped some of the undead and dead spirits here that were released from the abyss after everybody destroyed it, and is trying to turn them into something. But Gomo told you to go in and inspect, and then kill stop the leader, even if you have to kill him.
So the word you said that I keyed into was a baron. Given that Geo does have a noble background, does he pick up on? Is this a person he's heard of before?
Are you a noble background?
Yes.
You've never heard of this because you're from Sind, or the area of Sind. In fact, I think that you're away from Sind, but as a nobleman, you've done trade there, so you've been there. That's when Gomo called you, which we'll do that as an offshoot at the end here. Yeah, you would know with a title of Baron that he holds noble rank, and it's not low. He definitely is. If the rank holds true, he is the rightful ruler of this land for the king of whatever this land is.
I don't know. Maybe you could convince him you're from another kingdom and trying to set up a trade. I'm not sure. It's either that or we wait and see if they lower their guards on the walls. Oh, and all the slaves are dead.
Well done.
Well, the ones in the yard are dead.
Yeah.
But the one with the bucket, you left him alive.
As you look up, actually, now that you say that, you do see this guy with the water bucket going from soldier to soldier, and they're just drinking straight out of the ladle that he is serving with them.
If only we had a weapon of poison.
I was thinking the same thing.
Some sort of device that when you activate it, it becomes coated in poison. What could such a device be?
So that coats the blade. You can't take the poison from that.
So, question: being a ranger of the forest, being my preferred terrain, do I know of any plants or fungus or anything like that that is super poisonous?
Hmm.
Or possibly not even poisonous. paralyzing, put them to sleep, maybe.
Are you an alchemist?
No,
Are you an herbalist?
no.
Not really. Give me a nature check. Let's see what happens.
16.
You recall that there were roots and plants, and you really wish you would have paid more attention to your peers when they were speaking about it, but you definitely don't remember any.
Knowing that I know that there's something, I'll relay it to everybody else on the off chance that they might know something. So, yeah, but what about is anybody good with plants? Maybe something we could poison them with.
I know which leaves to wipe with and which ones not to wipe with.
Is anybody an alchemist or herbalist?
Joffrey, didn't you say that you could drive men mad?
In a manner of speaking.
I'm not sure how his sexual preferences and how good he is not going to help.
Just follow me here.
We're not here to suck off the Baron.
Oh my god. You had to do the sound effect? Gosh.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what Gomo had in mind.
If it gets us inside, then Flynn will do what it takes.
Or what about this? Say you guys move around to the far side, just inside the wood line. I'll go to the other side and start shooting at them to try and draw them away. And then I'll run like hell the other way to get them to chase me.
We'll call that Plan B.
How do we get in then? Once they start chasing you, how do we get in?
Well, they'll have to open the gate to chase me.
Do you think they'll do that or just shoot arrows from you or at you?
Well, I mean, depends.
I see them turtling up in this big castle and just raining arrows on us.
Yeah.
We need to go in. We need to go in after them.
We'll call that Plan B, all right? Or Z or something.
Right then, you see a group, 2 wargs, 2 guys, and a bigger guy appear out of the woods. Open the gate! They open the gate, they go inside, and they close the gate behind them.
Ooh, good idea, Fairy. Good idea, Fairy. Just hit me. I wanna try and mark or just remember how that guy said it. Not necessarily like exactly, just the tone that he used.
Okay.
And then now say we go back and get the thing, get the armor and whatnot and put it on, and then we just walk up and say open the gate, and they open the fucking gate. And we just go inside.
Yeah, but we don't have the wargs.
So Flynn,
Idea.
Flynn
I can wild shape into a large shaggy dog that kind of looks like a warg.
Can Flynn skin the wards and wear their pelts like a ward suit and crawl on all fours?
1 got away.
There's still one though.
Right, but 1 got away, just remember that.
And then, okay.
I mean,
So
the
what
answer
if-
to your question is yes.
What if Ostara shifts into a warg-like creature? Jax and I escort our prisoner in to see the Baron.
Good idea.
Yeah.
The only downside is if it's a kill on sight.
I think I've got something for that.
Get
Tell
me
me what you
close
got.
enough to the Baron. I will strike him down, and the portal will open.
Just let's go get the armor and everything, and we'll come back to the gate. I think I've got something for this.
All right.
You head back to where you were. and as you get to the area, you start talking, and I see us pan out from this because we'll find out what happens next time on Meincoia.
Damn it. Such a dick move.
That was a good one.
That was fun.
Let's do a little intro to Geo. How about that? Let me change up my music a little bit here. We'll go to this. So, flashback. Geo is at a spire not too far from here. And he has just became an apprentice learning person at the Tower of the Wizards. And there's this... He's in class, and as they go to leave, the teacher goes, Geo, come here. We have to talk, son. Everybody else leaves, and Geo's standing there with the teacher, and he goes, it's been a couple semesters, and your grades are not there. Your power is very minimal. I don't think wizarding is going to be in your future, son.
Do you know who you're talking to?
I do, but here in the tower, you are all equal as apprentices.
I will succeed here. What are you insinuating? You're going to kick me out?
He says, no. I have a better idea. And he walks over to the door of his classroom and locks it. With movements of his hand, all the desks move out of the way. And he begins to form into a vicious being. As you hear cracking of bones, his mouth becomes bigger, his eyes become wider, they black out. As he reaches his hands out, you see 2 force bolts of black flying through the air, and they smack the shields that are made to contain magic in the area. And he takes it back and he goes, you might not be able to learn magic, but maybe you can make a deal with an entity that provides you magic, and you can become more powerful than any other being in the world.
Uh-huh.
It's either that or fail out. What is your choice, Geo? And he waves his hands again, and now the desks go right back where they were.
Who is this creature that I must pact with?
It's not a creature, it's an entity. Shall we call it Fae, a magical being. They have a price for the magic they have, but what I just showed you is a very small power of what they can bestow upon you.
Then I will find this entity.
Oh, you don't need to find the entity. And he opens his hands, closes his eyes, and as his body falls lifelessly to the ground, a shadow being stands before you. You've never seen this before. You're young and impressionable. And it says, I only ask one thing, and I can bestow power upon you. And that one thing is your soul in the afterlife and your obedience in life.
So it is written, so it shall be.
And as you say that, this being flies, and we see parts of it go through your eye sockets, some of it go through your mouth as it enthralls you. And as you open your eyes, they're glossy black over, and we'll cut it right there. Yeah. So, I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching tonight. It was great to see people participating in the chat. Sorry I couldn't watch it more. I was having some problems here. I'm glad we had some interaction there. Just as an announcement, if you go to Bros and Dragons Facebook group, in a couple of days' time, I will be posting a link to new shirts from the Bros and Dragons Incorporated. They are incredible. We partnered up with Grunt Style, so the shirts themselves are of impeccable quality, because I refuse to put the Bros and Dragons name on anything. And thank you, Keith, our merchandising vice president for actually getting these shirts moving and going. They are unique design done by an artist named Steve Nickel, and they are amazing. They look great, and they will be available for pre-order here in a couple of days. I wanted to give the Bros and Dragons Incorporated people first shot at that. But yeah, thanks for coming out, and hope Wednesdays are working as a new time for you. But let's head on out. Dave, you got anything on your way out?
I sure do. I have the Bros and Dragons Fun Fact of the Week. If you didn't know, there is such a species as the Malaysian exploding ant, an ant that can self-destruct and explode to take down its enemies. So don't piss off the Malaysian exploding ant.
Is it a real thing?
That is a real thing. It was brought to you by Bros and Dragons Fun Fact of the Day, so of course it's a real thing.
Jason.
Wow.
We're going to double dose the fun fact, actually. I'm going to follow in his footsteps tonight. Did you know that if you shave a tiger, the stripes on its skin match the stripe pattern on its fur? Boom.
I'm going to need video and pictures of you doing this to see it.
All over it.
All right. I love that part of that song, by the way. Keith, what do you got?
Well, everybody else is doing the fun facts, so I kind of put me on the spot right there.
Well,
I
you
feel like I have to.
You're
to
part
go
of
with the
a
flow.
you're part of a podcast, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm gonna do that too. But
Give us the
I
fun
wanna-
fact. Come on, everybody.
I want to do the fun fact, man.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
All right, fun fact: if you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it cannot hop.
So if you're ever in Australia and you're about to get into a boxing match with a kangaroo, just grapple its tail and pick it up off the ground.
Exactly.
Make sure you
Also-
create an athletics check.
Yes. Or animal handling, because I mean, you're technically handling the animal.
I just want to say real quick that we went week after week with everybody's hashtags, and I had nothing. So I came up with Fun Fact of the Week, and now you guys are all doing it, and I don't feel like a snowflake anymore.
But you started a movement.
Started.
You started a movement.
Okay, I feel better then.
Yeah, you can watch our. Are you talking about the new? The secret squirrel?
No. Don't talk about Secret Squirrel anything. You talk about
Okay.
Bros and Dragons podcast.
Okay, yeah, we have a podcast called the Bros and Dragons Podcast. You can watch it on the 1st and 15th of each month. We just went into the second part because I fucked everything up and killed everyone in the world.
Check out 28, and then we'll go from there. That's Bros and Dragons. You can go to brosanddragons.com to go to the RSS feed for that, or you can just listen to anywhere you find your podcast, and YouTube at Bros and Dragons. Just search for that. So we got a fun fact from Black Rose Goddess. What is that? Imitation raspberry comes from a beaver's anus.
Heard that.
That's
Heard
true.
that.
So we're gonna need
I've
sources
seen
for
that
these.
happen before.
We're gonna need sources for these fun facts, I think. But as always, Mike, take us out.
All right. So my fun fact is that dogs are better than cats, and the only good cat is stir fried and dipped in sweet and sour sauce. End of the conversation there.
There
Now,
goes
hashtag-
There goes the 3 females that watch this. Thanks.
You got to go with the Szechuan sauce, man. It's all about the fucking Szechuan.
Szechuan's good sauce.
Oh my
Sesame.
god.
Sesame.
We're talking about Rick and Morty here. Don't even talk about sesame sauce. We're talking about Szechuan.
Szechuan.
So, like I said, dogs are better than cats. Hashtag adopt, don't shop, don't buy off of Craigslist. Don't buy from breeders. Go to your local shelter, get a dog from there, and then give my wife a little follow here at Nori_Luna. She's got a couple puppies. They're kind of cute. Would appreciate the likes.
So you can follow us on. You can follow us at Meincoia now on Twitter at Meincoia. Use hashtag FunFact to see which one that might make the list over here. We will definitely start giving you guys those ones. If you have anything that you'd like to tell us about the show, whether it's good or bad, please send it to brosanddragons@gmail.com. I am DM Doc. You can find me on Twitter at IamDMDoc. You can follow me on Facebook at IamDMDoc. You can come to the Bros and Dragons group. We would love to have more people there just BSing and talking about nerd stuff. And again, we got the t-shirts coming out. So, from everybody at Bros and Dragons Incorporated, the Bros and Dragons podcast, and of course everybody here at Meincoia, I want you to remember to keep it nerdy and live your dreams.
Later.